Hey there, Wastelanders, it's Brother Mike, and thank you so much for joining me. Today, we're going to be talking about predictions for the next episode of the Fallout show, the finale. And there's so much to go over, there's so many different possibilities. So, this video is going to be all over the place. And before we start today's video, I want to thank you guys so much for all your support. Seriously, it's insane. The growth has been insane. I appreciate every single one of you, and let's get into the video. So, one of the biggest things that I think is going to happen in this finale is we're going to get left on a huge cliffhanger. I've been saying this a lot, but I think it's very clear that there's no way they can wrap up all these different storylines in just one episode. Even if it was 2 hours, they wouldn't have enough time. So, what do you mean by that? How is this going to be left on a cliffhanger? What type of cliffhanger do you think? Well, I have a feeling it's going to end with the NCR and the Legion both making their descent on Vegas. We know from some leaked set photos that the NCR is going to be in Freeside, and we know from what's next, from the What's Next video that Amazon Prime put out, that the Legion is marching on Vegas. So what's that going to mean? We're probably not going to see Hoover Dam either. I think that's where we're going to learn Hoover Dam was destroyed, or at least deemed inoperable. Hence why Mr. House is in a coma. And why when Coop turns him back on, he connects back in, or is it just his personality being uploaded back into the Lucky 38? Who knows? Um, we're going to see Thaddeus keep turning into a mutant, not a centaur. We know he still has hands from the set leaks. I don't know how people can just look over that. Oh, they did a big cast on his hands so they could CGI it out. Brother, what? That's not what you put green. His hands would be green or blue with dots all over it. That's how they would go about it. But no, that's not what's happening. I'm not even gonna get into that. Thaddeus is not a centaur. We'll probably continue to see him turn into a mutant. Maybe even it be accelerated. I also have a feeling we may see some of the effects of the uranium inside of the ghoul hole. The ghoul's ghoul hole. Shout out the ghoul hole. Maybe we'll see him start to get some sort of glowing one powers in a way. Who knows? I'd like to see him get like pissed and scream, and him have a burst of radiation, and him be like, "What the heck? That's new." That maybe be cool. Um, Lucy for sure is gonna try and put an end to this chip and realize that it's all for nothing. And we see in that What's Next that Hank has the tiny chip. And some people think that Hank is gonna put it on Lucy. But I have a feeling that everything Lucy's been saying to Hank has been like, yo, you were a horrible dad, you ruined everything. I have a feeling he's going to try and just wipe his own mind so he doesn't have to remember it. Realistically, he's probably going to try and put it on her to control her and send her back home and be a good girl. But I don't know. And when we see the Enclave pull up potentially, one of my biggest predictions is that some point during this, it's going to cut to a radio, and who's going to come over it? Good morning, America. It's your president, John Henry Eden. I think that'd be amazing. Also, it makes sense, especially on top of that Johnny Pemberton Thaddeus leak of his hands. We see the photo of John Henry Eden's voice actor on the wall. Why would it be in there if he's not in the project? It makes no sense. So, are we potentially going to see Eden come back? We know the Enclave's back. Are they going to use a backup of Eden as propaganda or something? Who knows? I'm excited to see where they go with that. Brotherhood of Steel. I wonder if we'll see any of them. Or we may. Or a hint that the East Coast is coming. Because if they set up the next season and the East Coast Brotherhood is on their way to Vegas, Vegas is getting attacked by Legion and NCR, and Mr. House is back online with his Securitrons. Well, first of all, we should have never been in this predicament anyways. This season was a excuse of a filler season so they could actually do Vegas, because we've just been led on the entire time. That's my real thoughts. If you want any, we've spent 20 minutes now in Vegas. Out of the, there's 40 minutes in each episode. 7 episodes so far. That's way more math than I want to do. It's like 28 or something, or I don't know. But um, it just doesn't make sense. It just, I don't know. Why set up Vegas this way when you could have just given it the house ending and all of these events still worked? Do you guys know what I mean? Because if House won, they could have went to Vegas and it wouldn't have been destroyed. But that would have been a lot of money making pre-war Vegas and then making a pre-war or a post-war Vegas that's all lit up, even though they did it before. So add a little bit of weathering to the buildings, not fully destroy them. That's just my biggest complaint with this season. Is it's just cliffhanger after cliffhanger. Every episode's a cliffhanger with 10 more questions. So this finale is just going to be the same. That's my honest thoughts. Do I enjoy the show? Yes, I enjoy the show a lot. I just don't like some of the liberties they took, saying everyone won but no one won, because that doesn't make sense with the stories that you set up, and so you're just invalidating the game. That's the truth. That's not me being overly bearing. It's Bethesda, not Bethesda. The storytelling, the way Amazon has been telling the second season of Fallout, basically invalidates the events and the things we do in Vegas. I'm sorry. Um, Oh, but war never changes. It's been 15 years. War never changes doesn't mean everything gets destroyed and no one believes who won or something. Someone's going to be on top. Someone's always on top. And so we would see signs of that, and we don't see signs of that at all. All we see is that Deathclaw's moved into the strip somehow. And then they show us these cutscenes that we all take for, like, truth, and then the cutscenes are nothing like what they show us, so I don't really understand. There's some frustrations, but I also enjoy everything they're doing with Mr. House. They've stayed very, 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 very to the bar with the Mr. House Lord. They haven't really messed it up at all. And so I don't know why they didn't just go with the Mr. House ending when what you've shown us, the other endings can't be possible. And then you like tease us with a Yes Man ending just for Mr. House to be on, and maybe he turns back like that one viewer was saying in my chat. Maybe it is Yes Man. But why do that when the strip could still be, I don't know. See, it just doesn't make sense. And then why allude that there's a battle at the strip and never tell us about it? Maybe we'll finally learn. Maybe that's when we'll finally learn that there was a battle for New Vegas, and my theory on it was correct. That the NCR attacked the strip after they got pushed out of Hoover Dam in retaliance, just like General Oliver says, because President Kimball is not going to just drop this. It was his big focus of his presidency. And so, yeah, I don't know. Is the Brotherhood gonna march on to the strip? I don't think so. We also have to remember that if Cold Fusion has been entered into the Lucky 38, those laser cannons on top are gonna destroy anything that comes close. So maybe Liberty Prime, maybe Mr. House allows Liberty Prime to come to the strip in the next season, and then he takes him over and then protects Vegas forever. But it's like, why destroy the strip when it could have just been working this entire time? That's just my biggest qualm. That's it. Is that the only endings is the like Sierra Madre ones where the wasteland would be like this, but we don't see any proof of that. So it just doesn't make sense to me. They had a big whoopsie, and in there, realistically, if they wanted to make money, they could have just followed the same steps the Courier did, and then left it in the last episode, them at Vegas, and them doing side quests and stuff, if you guys didn't have enough time to do Vegas. And you still could have done your Mr. House plot and everything on the side. So, and you wouldn't have had to been forthcoming with who won if Mr. House was just still there with some tweaking. It just doesn't make sense. If Mr. House is going to be alive in the end, why don't you just go with him? At the end of the season, people are going to go, oh, so you wasted 4.5 episodes pretty much on this. And then also, the Legion, I'm happy we're seeing them again. I wanted to see them more, except 2 episodes of Macaulay Culkin and probably 3 or 4 scenes. I'm frustrated, and the frustrations are valid. But that also brings me to the next thing, and that is what's going to be in this drop. Is it going to be a drop of one of the games? I hope. But realistically, it's probably just them announcing a spin-off show or something to do with the show, or potentially a new Fallout show, like something with Vault Tech or something like that. But I don't think it's going to be a game. I would be shocked. I would love it to be a game. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that we get a game drop. It's just I feel like we'd have far more leaks like we have had before. Where last time people were like we already knew the day it was coming out and everything, and so I don't know. But I'm excited to see where this goes. I'm excited to see what they do with Mr. House in this next episode called Fusion. I think we're 1,000% going to learn Barb is not there. I think that's pretty clear. Other thing, big thing. If this administrative vault tech vault, I wish we had a name for it, is connected to the Lucky 38, they fundamentally broke the lore of the games, because there's no way Mr. House would share the Lucky 38 with an administrative vault. But what would he maybe do is fill in its entrance through 21, and potentially. Here's the thing. If they make it, that's where the vault is, and Hank has just been willy-nilly going in and out, then the death claws are just no threat. So the entrance cannot be on the strip, yet they're saying it's on the strip. So I'm concerned for that. That's my real big concern, is that. Because that will just not really make any sense. There's not even Mr. House to be like, I'm playing them by doing it. No. You wouldn't have... Mr. House would not have anyone have access to his thing at all, but that's maybe why he filled it in Vault 21. But I have a feeling that that's what they're playing with, is that filled in part was this vault, and that I don't know what happened, but I don't think the entrance is in the strip. It doesn't make sense, especially the way Hank has literally been teleporting all over the Mojave. Bro has been fast traveling over time. That Pip-Boy map has been open over time. He's just visiting every location, just why not? But, yeah, I'm very excited. I know you can see I'm frustrated with a few things, but it's just like, it's just very clear that, like other shows and other Amazon shows, this was a filler season to, pull in some, and so that they could maybe do more in the next season. But I just hope next season isn't as much of a slow crawl, and I also hope they release everything at once. I think they kind of got the vibe from us that people weren't really liking it, and a lot of people are just waiting for this last episode to come out to just watch it all back to back to back to back, like the first time, which I get why they do the weekly releases, allows people to theorize and talk about it. But I think they're going to learn that it also allows us to look deeply into the fine stuff and go, oh, stuff was rushed. Because a few of those first episodes, there's a lot of cut stuff, or not film stuff. And I don't know. I don't know. I just hope they don't mess it up. That's it. If this is going to be canon, they can't mess with it too much. That's the one thing. That's the one reason why I take it so seriously, is because now it's considered canon. Now, until it does something so egregious, I can't agree with it. They haven't yet, so I've been able to be okay with some of the graces that they've taken, the liberties that they've taken on certain things. Like, to be honest, the biggest things I'm bothered with is the Lucky 38 thing, and then in the first season, that power armor, the Iron Man power armor, which I think a lot of people were a little bit like, what the heck? It just made it a little goofy, but that's it. That's the only big qualms I have with the show, other than, them totally invalidating the events that we do in Vegas, no matter what. I mean, any ending, you would be able to see it, and not being able to see it means those didn't happen. So instead of doing what Bethesda normally does, which is just picking a canon ending, which honestly I don't think anyone's really been upset with, it furthers the story and allows certain factions to have like longer lasting lore and stuff, and it all like adds up. Like we know that probably there's only two confirmed endings in the Commonwealth, so why not just go with Mr. House if you're gonna mainstream him the entire season? I mean, we have Mr. House in almost every single episode, and he's not a main character either. So what's going on? Now, do I like that they're keeping him alive? Yes. Do I think that we could possibly, now that he has Cold Fusion too, is if they get back Cold Fusion, then Mr. House and the Lucky 38 would have to be destroyed. There's no possible way Mr. House will put everything he has into protecting Cold Fusion now, so no one is getting it back. So if someone can just willy-nilly walk in there and take it back now, and they're like, oh, all of his Securitrons are destroyed, they've lost the plot. But I don't think that's what's gonna happen. I hope they realize, like, giving it to him, he's not giving it back. You're going to have to literally destroy him and the Lucky 38 to get Cold Fusion back. So, as of right now, Vegas is, for the first time ever, fully independent, and Mr. House is back. And also, the strip's definitely coming back. The Fallout Shelter leaks. Fallout Shelter leaked the ending for the Fallout show. Last season was Viva New Vegas, and the strip was destroyed, a crashed NCR vertebrate out front, and a Deathclaw skull. Now, in this new season, the house always wins. The strip is all bright again, and there's a lot of Legion activity there, like we're about to see with the cliffhanger. That's what I think the cliffhanger is going to be, by the way, at this finale, is that the Legion is marching upon... The Legion and the NCR are marching upon the strip. What are we going to do? So yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. Sorry the video's later today. Brother Mike needed some Vault Tech issued sleep. But yeah, if you're watching this right now, I am live, probably playing Red M. So come join us, watch me probably rage, trying to learn the controls. If you want to watch a funny live, go watch yesterday's VOD. We were playing Fallout Gmod roleplay. I don't even know where to begin with that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you liked it, consider liking and subscribing. If you disagree with me, let's talk about it in the comments. And yeah, thank you guys once again so much for all the support. You're all so amazing, and I appreciate each and every single one of you. And with all of that being said, you don't forget, you are cared for, you are loved, and you stay safe out there, Wastelanders.